Imagine sitting in a meeting where everyone agrees to a plan that secretly terrifies them. Nobody believes it'll work. Nobody feels confident about the decision. Nobody actually wants it. And yet, everyone nods their head yes anyway. That sounds irrational, but it happens every single day inside companies, teams, organizations, friendships, and even families. Psychologists call this the Abilene Paradox or the Abilene Principle. And once you understand it, you begin to realize something unsettling. Many groups are not united by honesty, they're united by fear. The term itself comes from a famous story told by management expert Jerry Harvey. The story is so interesting because Jerry talks about one hot afternoon in a Texas town, a family sat comfortably at home trying to stay cool. Then someone casually suggested driving all the way to Abilene for dinner. Nobody really wanted to go. The drive was miserable, the heat exhausting, the food terrible. And when they finally returned home, frustrated, the truth came out. Not a single person had actually wanted the trip. They only agreed because they thought everyone else wanted it. That's what makes the Abilene Paradox so dangerous. People don't always agree because they believe in something. Sometimes they agree because they fear disagreement. And modern leadership environments accidentally create this problem constantly. Think about it. How many meetings operate today? A leader presents an idea. The room gets quiet. A few people nod politely. Nobody wants to appear difficult. Nobody wants tension. Nobody wants to look negative. So silence becomes the agreement. And fake agreement becomes the momentum. Eventually, the team moves forward with a decision that almost nobody truly supports. Not because people are weak, because people are human. Human beings are deeply wired for belonging. Psychologists have found that social rejection activates many of the same pain centers in the brain as physical pain. In other words, your brain often experiences disagreement as danger. That's why so many people stay silent even when they know something is wrong. They imagine, what if I ruin the mood? What if they think I'm difficult? What if I become the outsider? And so the group slowly drifts toward bad decisions nobody actually wants. That's the paradox. Groups can collectively choose outcomes none of the individuals truly support. And the damage becomes massive inside organizations. Terrible strategies get approved. Impossible deadlines get accepted. Weak products move forward. Broken systems stay untouched. Not because teams are unintelligent. Fear quietly replaced honesty. And honestly, many leaders accidentally reward this behavior. Some leaders say they want honesty truly, but emotionally they punish disagreement. The moment someone challenges an idea, the room gets tense. Defensiveness appears. People become cautious. And eventually teams learn an unspoken survival rule. Keep the peace at all costs. Protect the hierarchy. Avoid conflict. But high-performing teams operate differently. The best leaders understand something very critical. Disagreement is not disloyalty. It's not meant to be taken personal. Sometimes disagreement is responsibility, because real leadership is not about creating rooms where everyone agrees. It's about creating rooms where people feel safe enough to just tell the truth. Now that requires emotional maturity. It requires leaders who can handle tension without treating it as rebellion. And this is where many organizations fail. They confuse harmony with health. But silence is not always alignment. Sometimes silence is fear wearing a professional smile. That's why some of the greatest leadership cultures in history intentionally encouraged disagreement. Military strategists use devil's advocates. Elite companies challenge assumptions publicly. Strong leaders ask, what are we missing? Who disagrees? What risk are we ignoring? Because wise leaders understand something dangerous about groups. The desire to belong can overpower the desire to be honest. And in modern workplaces, that danger is growing exponentially. People are exhausted, overstimulated, anxious, conflict avoidant. So many teams drift toward emotional safety instead of truth. But truth really matters, especially when stakes are high, because eventually reality exposes fake agreement. Deadlines collapse, strategies fail, teams burn out, projects implode, and then everyone looks around wondering, how did we all agree to this madness? The answer is uncomfortable. They didn't. They only pretended to. That's the real lesson behind the Abilene Paradox. Bad leadership cultures don't always create loud dysfunction. Sometimes they create quiet dishonesty. That may be even more dangerous. Because see, fake agreement feels safe in the moment until reality arrives. So the next time you're in a meeting where everyone instantly agrees, I want you to pause. I want you to ask yourself, are people truly aligned, or is everyone simply trying to avoid being the first person to speak honestly? Because the most dangerous teams are not the ones that argue. The most dangerous teams are the ones where nobody feels safe enough to disagree. If you're looking for more real leadership insights like this one, check out my free podcast, Collaborative Leadership, on Spotify, or head over to loadallead.com and explore free resources designed to help you step up your leadership game.